Hello, my friends. We are live here at the lounge. Glad to be here once again. And it is time for another live stream helping to raise awareness for bullying. It's a big problem, something that has caused so many families so much pain and hurt. And it's just time that we do everything we can to help be a part of making a change or making a difference. Bluewings is going to be joining us. I am communicating with her now. Yeah, sure. But I'm communicating with Bluewings right now to see she's going to be joining us here. I got to see if I need to send her that link or not. I think she's got it, so we should be good on that part, but we'll see. And also, I need to see who. Okay, Bluewings does need the link, so bear with me, Bluewings. I'm going to send that to you, my dear. Okay. Okay, I need to let me. Bear with me, guys. Okay, here we go. Okay. And I've just sent the link to our guest. We've got a speaker, speaker / sharing their story. And I will introduce them as soon as I find out more information.
Hi, everyone.
There we go. Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. How are you, John?
Doing good. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Bluewing. That way I can hear you better. I'm going to let you just let me know when there's chat, and you can read me the chat. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, that way, because, I mean, I can hear you, but it would just be easier me having headphones on, I think. So.
Okay. I'm gonna.
And that way you guys are not hearing my jaws go bonkers, you know.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do my whatever QD says, like she says my drill sergeant thing or something like that, or my roll call. Well, so I'm going to do my roll call here, if you don't mind, John.
That's no problem. Absolutely
okay.
No problem. And so I sent Shauna, I believe. One of them wasn't going to be able to make it. You know which one it was?
Christina.
Okay. I sent Shauna the link. So, Shauna, I don't know if she's with us yet or not, but you can join us, you know, whenever you're ready. But yeah, go ahead, Bluewings. Do what you got to do. Do your thing, girl. Do your thing.
All right. Alrighty. Good evening, everybody. So, hi, Amanda B. Hi, BZT. Hi, Heat Streak. Of course, hi to our host, Lounging with John. Hi, M Loves. Hello, Reaper Man, and hi, Shauna.
All kinds of wonderful people tonight. I believe I seen Reaper Man. I missed the video, Reaper Man. But I'm pretty sure I saw you doing a video about bullying as well. And I just want to give you, I think the lounge needs to give Reaper Man a big thumbs up on that for being a part of that. I'm really, really grateful for seeing people do that. So thank you, Reaper Man.
Hi, JJ. JJ's in the house.
JJ, hello, hello. It is good to see all you guys. Um, you wouldn't believe the messages, good messages that I've received about doing this bully thing. There are so
Oh
many
yeah.
people that are just super excited about us doing this, and I'm like, well, you know, it needs to be because there's things that can be done, but the school is just bottom line, they're just not doing it. I mean, you know that as much as I do.
Yep.
All y'all know that. Look, there are so many things that they could try. And you know what? Sometimes you got to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, that's not working. Let's start from scratch. Let's figure out a better plan. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way, but I'm one of them, well, you know me, Bluewings. I'll go back to the drawing board if I have to. If something ain't working the right way, you know.
Yeah.
But I think they need to do the same thing, you know. So thank you all you that are supporting this. You know, um, it does mean a lot. It's always good to have people backing you up. So
We appreciate it.
absolutely, the more the better. I think the more people that you can get involved in something like that, I believe that it's more powerful. It sends out a bigger message just by having that support behind you. You know, it'd be like me
Yeah.
doing it by myself and it just be me. Well, that's not going to be as, uh, successful as if it was the way we're doing it now. So thank you guys. Thank all you guys for being a part of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
I'm waiting to see if Sean has wrote me back here too. Let's see. Okay. Um, it's not letting her open it that way, so I'm going to copy her email. Let me get the email that she said.
All right, I'm just doing the thumbnail right now, but I'm hoping everybody's having a great night, great Sunday night. Yeah, tomorrow's Monday.
Okay, let's see. I'm just copying stuff, so you feel free to.
Well,
I'm
I do
doing
have a bit
this.
of good news. I have a bit of good news for my Bluewings channel.
Yeah.
I just got some T-shirts designed, and they're on my Teespring.
Oh wow. What your What is Teespring? I'm lost.
Teespring is where like you can so Teespring you can do all kinds of merchandise up front, and they'll give you the latest they'll give you is like 21 days for the campaign for you to earn to sell them and earn money. So you can do like mugs and T-shirts, and you can they have like a set price they want you to sell it at, a recommended one. But I didn't go for the recommended one. I went way down, way down.
So they provide. So um, you get the merch through them, and they do they design it and everything, and then you sell it for
Yeah.
their price. Is that what?
Well, I'm selling it for way under the price that they want me to sell it at. So, so yeah, I have like a store set up there, and I was looking for the mugs for there too. And yeah, they want a pretty penny for a customized mug, like $12.95. And but that's at their price, and I don't even know how you can lower it because I didn't really get into it just yet.
How much are we was we going to sell them ones for? What we going to be selling them for like
$4,
for yeah,
$3, yeah, 4, 3, something like that.
Okay.
And I
Yeah,
don't think they'll go down that low there.
right, right. All right, let me. Okay, almost done here, guys. I'm just getting this email sent to Shauna. She's going to be joining us tonight.
Yeah, we've got to make this bullying, very, like more well known and more awareness. I'll be in the chat in just a moment. I just finished your thumbnail, John.
Okay, there we go. Now I've got her. I sent her the link to join us. I'm going to close that there. For some reason it wasn't letting her send, or wasn't letting her join us with the link when I sent it through Twitter. So she had me email it to her. So that's what I did. So it should let her. All she has to do is click it and it should open right up. So yeah, but I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I have to check that out and maybe see what else they got. Maybe there's something I can do with it for the lounge. Maybe they got something beside, something else that we can come up with. I
Yeah,
just have to,
we can always look into it.
yeah, I have to check and see what they got and what they sell. I've not looked at it yet, rather. But I know there's a few people that.
Hold on. Eric Rom said, if you guys need a good t-shirt or swag guy, let me know. Might not be worth it though, depending on your location. Hi, cutie.
Hello, cutie, and welcome. Eric, please do tell here just kind of quickly, and we'll talk about it near the end of the hangout here if you're still around. But what do you mean it might not be worth it? Do you mean as far as price, as far as how much it would cost to send this stuff, or what do you mean by that? I'm just kind of lost on what you mean as far as might not be worth it. It's good to see all you guys tonight. Thank all of you guys for joining us. I really, really appreciate that. It's good to see all your support, especially for such a good thing for what we're doing here is, putting our own needs to the side and looking at something that's, way more important than, other things.
And Cutie, what have you been up to tonight? Cutie's the one who actually told me to really go for, to go for it and designing. And then Priscilla last night, she was like, you're famous for your tee-hee, so you should do something with that. So, and I did.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. I'm going to check it out. I mean, because I know there's some other people that use that same company, if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty popular if I'm thinking of the same place.
Shauna, let me send it to you.
So what you can do though, Bluewing, when you get time, just send me a link that goes, to where I can go look at it, and if I like what I see, I'll sign us up to it for the lounge too. But I don't know the link. I think you gave it to me before, but I don't remember. Obviously, it would be, we would do something different here at the lounge. We're not going to,
yeah,
do the same exact, well, obviously design or even merch. Well, if it's the same place, I'm thinking they got a lot of different stuff too. So I don't know if it's the same one or not, but we'll see. You know more about it than I do.
Just sent it to you, Shauna. Yeah, I wouldn't want our loungers to pay like a heck of a lot for, for a mug and stuff.
That's what I mean. If it's something different, if it's more than just being a mug, I could see paying a little bit more depending on what it is. But anywhere, it really isn't going to matter. Wherever we get it, it's going to, either way it goes, the merch is going to, it's going to cost something either way it goes. It's just all about, it being worth it to our loungers on what they feel is worth it and what they feel isn't worth it. And I expect that out of all the loungers. If you feel like we got merch that isn't worth what it is, by all means, please let me know. Let us know. Let Bluewings know. Let me know. Let whoever just say, hey, I like it, but I don't think it's worth that. Um, I'm okay with that because I don't want anybody to feel like, the merch is generic or, cheap and it's not, I don't want that to be a condition.
So Eric said he's in Louisville, Texas. If we wanted to sell it from, if you wanted to sell it from your location, his person is local, so shipping to your place to sell would make cost cut of any profit.
Well, we might be able to work something out to where we can distribute it directly from there. If that person wants to handle, sending out an order when an order comes in, it all depends. I mean, people do it all the time. Instead of having it all sent, they don't send it to two different places and then send it out again. So we just have to talk about it, Eric. We'll get together sometime. Me, you, and Blue Wing. We'll have a meeting about it, and maybe we can figure something out. You can invite your guy that does it, and we'll all sit down and figure out cost, stuff like that, and figure out what would be the best way to go about it. I definitely want to get some merch going. The mugs is coming real soon. Like, it's not far from happening. I'll tell you that. I'm going to be putting in the rest if that's what I got to do to make it happen. It's going to happen soon because I've been dying to get our mugs going. I'm going to be so excited about that.
I know.
Okay.
All right, I'm sending this to Shauna again real quick.
Okay. And I appreciate it, Eric. Thank you.
So bullying, it is a very big thing, very big situation that's been going on for like years and years and years and years. But it seems like, in the millennial age now, it's become more prevalent with the cyberbullying, and people can't do nothing with it about it.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, I don't think, well, I know for a fact it's not fair that a student should have to be scared to go to school, or a student has to be forced to, there's hundreds of students that had to end up being forced to doing homeschooling. And it's not their fault. They don't want to do homeschooling, but they're not given any other choice because the school is not doing anything about them being bullied. And that's
Welcome,
where,
Shauna.
hey, Shauna, welcome, dear.
Thank you.
That's where I say that the schools are not doing their job. These kids that are being bullied, they're the ones being punished. Not only they're being bullied, and being picked on that way and being punished, but they're also being punished because their social life is taken away from them. Their everyday life of meeting new friends and being able to have a normal life is being taken away because the school don't want to step up and do their damn job. They don't want to call out the bullies. They don't want to make it known that this person or that person is a bully. And I think it's really petty. Why not? We know it when the kid's getting bullied. We know who the kid is. We know what happened. We know when it happened. We even know what the results of it was. So why can't we know who the bully is? So tonight, instead of me gabbing tonight, we've got a guest, and I'm going to let her introduce herself. Everybody knows her, but I'm going to give you the floor to talk about it and to share your stories and all that. And I just want to thank you for coming on with us too and helping us raise awareness to this. This is something that really touches my heart. just real quick, I don't know if you guys knew this or not. Every 10 seconds, there is a kid out there being bullied, pushed around, or killed because of bullying. Every 10 seconds. Just now, and in 10 more seconds, somebody else is being beat up or have committed suicide. So we got to raise awareness. We got to. All right, go ahead. I'm going to give you the floor, dear.
This is a story that has touched my heart tremendously. I know some of you guys, I reposted the first video I ever did when I first started going through the bullying and the suicide because of the bullying with my son. I got a call from the high school that they had Dylan in the office and that he had a plan to kill himself. Before this, we had had numerous hospitalizations for being suicidal because of the bullying. I had went through 3 superintendents, 2 different principals at the time, and nothing was being done. Well, when I got to the school that day, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm asking the counselor, same voice I'm using right now, why won't you help my child? What do I have to do for you guys to help my child? I was told, Miss Bates, if you don't settle down, we're going to have the police escort you out of the building. Well, luckily behind me at the time was the doctor that they had called from community counseling, and he told that lady, he said, she wasn't raising her voice. She wasn't yelling at you. She just asked a question. Why are you threatening her to have her escorted out of the building by cops?
Wow. That's that's horrible. And you know, it just brings back and reminds me on and you guys don't know how I feel about it. I've shared it more than once now on what I think they should do, putting these kids in the spotlight, you know, showing the entire school. Because when someone tells me that, oh, well, the school doesn't know who the bully is, that's not true all the time. A lot of bullies don't want to be known about, they don't want to be found out about. But how will they be if the schools won't even step up and do something? Suspending the child does not work.
No,
That's
don't.
only giving them a chip on their shoulder. That is all it's doing. It's only making them feel like they're inferior and over top of everybody else. I'm the cool kid. I got kicked out for beating up that little boy. Or and what is it? I mean, what the question is, what does it take? What is it going to take for the schools to step up?
Well, I called the state school board, and I was told as long as they had a bullying process in place, that's all they can do. They cannot make them enforce it.
Hey, Shauna, can you move your finger and talk again? Because it sounded a little muffled.
Yeah, I was told I called the state school board and about all this, and I was told as long as, at least as far as the state of Ohio, as long as the school has a bullying process in place, they cannot make them enforce it. That is up to the school themselves to enforce. I mean, I've had 7
I just think
hospitalizations for being suicidal.
Oh my goodness.
7 because of bullying?
Yeah, and Galleon City Schools refuse to do anything to help me. Anything.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and here's another thing that I think, and I know that, you know, it's harder because, you know, one parent might have a kid in a different school that's going through it and another kid in a different school. But us as parents, even parents that's not, that doesn't have a child going through it, I think that it takes parents that care, that see this being a problem. If the parents, I don't know, I just think there's got to be a way to come together and go to these different schools and say, look, there's a problem and you guys are doing nothing about it.
Well, I started at it's on Facebook. It's Parents and Students Against Bullying in Gallium City Schools. I had videos that went viral that I made about my son and the suicidal attempts in Gallium. Um, we started another group, Wag Your Tail, and it was basically giving the kids an out, a place that they could come and feel safe. We passed pictures and local
Oh,
businesses put them on the window that if a kid is
we're
being bullied, they would
we're
see that.
losing you again, dear.
Um,
There
I
you go.
started. I started
Perfect.
the Facebook group, Parents and Students Against Bullying in Gallium City Schools.
Uh huh.
My son, a good friend of mine I grew up with, and my son's best friend, because her daughter was also bullied. I don't know if some of you guys seen the fight that I posted about the little girl that stood up for her and it got beat like that. From these bullies, and I mean, we started the program that where the kids have a safe haven to go to. They have a safe place that they can go and talk to somebody if they're having a problem.
Uh huh.
Because it does nothing for these kids. Nothing.
And there's so many kids that, that they're all going through different situations, and most of the time, that's one of the biggest problems is they're they're scared to tell anyone, and it's not always that they're scared, as far as like being physically scared, but as far as they're scared of what else it's going to do to their reputation, and they don't want to be the tattletale of the school, and we've got to let these kids know that this isn't about being a tattletale. This is about you stepping up and taking your life back and saying, look, this is my life and I'm done letting you control it. And it's hard. I get that. It is really hard. But once a bully realizes that they no longer have the upper hand on you, they end up feeling about 3 foot tall, and they end up being this person that is now trying to help people instead of hurt people. Sometimes that's all it takes is to speak up. Does it fix it every time? No. But it's a damn good start, kids. It's a damn good start.
The last meeting I had with Giant City Schools, they had the school superintendent, the principal, the vice principal, one of the male teachers all in there against me and Dylan. And we have a resource officer that's on duty at the school, so there to protect the kids and her. And I wasn't allowed to talk. I was told Miss Bates, please shut up and let them speak. I wasn't allowed to say anything anytime I was taught to ask them. My son was taken out of that school that day in handcuffs because he asked the officer asked my son, she said, are you suicidal? So I said, no, I have been in the past. He said, are you on anything? He said, yes, I am on medication for depression. My son was put in handcuffs and shackles and taken to the hospital to be medically cared before they let him back into the school. The doctor walked in the office or in the little room in the emergency room. He looked at me and said, why are you here? And when I told him, he said, I'm going to go with the paperwork. You can go right now. But they put my child in handcuffs and shackles and escorted him from the bed.
Wow.
Jeff and Country Girl just came in. Hi, Sissy. Hi, Jeff.
Welcome, country girl. Welcome, Jeff. Good to have you guys. Tonight we have a guest with us talking about bullying. Her son that's went through it. She's went through it, and so we have her tonight in here speaking with us, Shauna, and she is sharing her experiences with this problem with bullying because it's such a big problem. Uh, I just feel like more needs to be done, and the only way that's going to happen is by people continuing to step up and raise awareness and even go to these schools speaking out. Um, Another exciting thing is what I'm getting involved in now. Um, I don't have the other channel created for that yet, but we're going to have a channel specifically for bullying. Um, but I'm going to be getting involved in going to different schools, speaking to the kids uh, directly, in their gyms or wherever they have their, speakers come in at. Once a year to me isn't enough. It's not enough to have a speaker come in once a year, speak to the kids. All right, that's it. See you guys next year. Be good. It's just not enough. It's not enough to really get it into the kids' minds and to really give them that encouragement and to also really get it across to those bullies that's sitting in that same room listening to you speak.
How
You
old
know,
is
they,
your? Is it your 18-year-old son, Shauna?
Yes, he just turned 18, but from third grade to ninth grade, this is the hell my son had to live every day. I mean, there were kids hitting him, threatening to kill him. I mean,
how
I
did
had
he eventually get out of the bullying? Did it stop on its own, or did he do something to change that?
well, after that meeting with the superintendent and everything, I actually a friend of mine, and she was one of the ladies that helped with Wag Your Tail. She, her daughter, which was my son's best friend's sister, she tried to commit suicide because of bullying in Giant City schools. And I think some of you may have seen a video that I posted about the little girl that got beat up so bad. Well, she was picking up for my son's best friend's sister.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Shauna, are you covering up your microphone somehow, sweetheart?
I don't think so.
Okay, there we go. We can hear you like
See, now
down.
there is very clear, but sometimes
Yeah,
it goes in, but maybe it's fixed now. But, just a year ago, there was a girl that committed suicide from being picked on because everybody said she looked anorexic. So they would pick on her. They would throw food at her. They'd put tape in her hair, super glue in her hair. And the school claimed they did all they could. No, you didn't. Because if you did, that girl wouldn't be 6 foot under, would she?
I
And this year, a girl attempted to commit suicide
So
at the
how did he
same
finally get
school.
out of it, Shauna?
I ended up that day that we were in the superintendent's office and they took my kid out in handcuffs and shackles. His best friend's sister, which was who that girl got beat up over, was trying to stick up for. Um, she had switched her to another alternative school. I went up and talked to him, and Miss Susie, the lady that runs it up there, she is so wonderful. I walked her, and she's like, I'm going to tell you what, because I worked in the child prison. I seen the bad of the bad, and I don't tolerate bullying in my school. And she don't put up with, I mean, all the kids love her, but she don't put up with nothing either. And I mean, we went from basically failing to my son is a leading student. Just switching schools because he's not around the kids anymore. I mean, we had a kid actually send him a picture of a gun on Facebook and threatened to kill myself. I took this to guy in the police department, and nothing was ever done about that either.
And the schools should really, really be really starting to wake the hell up because there's a lot of things happening in schools now that are uh, very dangerous and unfortunate. There's these horrible school problems that everybody knows what I'm talking about, I would think, um, that are happening. And a lot of it falls back on bullying. These kids that go back to schools and flipping out, I guess is the other way I'm going to say it, so that I'm not saying nothing bad. They go back, they lose it, and later on, you get to listen to the stories and information and reports. They've been bullied. They've
Well,
been picked on.
the day that I got called to the school, Dylan and his best friend were walking to school that morning, and they were actually partying because Dylan had already told his friend that he planned on hanging himself at school where I couldn't stop him. And my child wrote beside his name when they signed in the office, "I want to kill myself." Nobody in the office noticed it until his friend went back down and pointed it out to them. You know,
Wow.
he planned on hanging himself at school where I couldn't stop.
My goodness. I,
He's
you know, I, by the way, I found a guy that is very, very affordable for t-shirts. By the way, and I'll talk about that another time. But I want to get t-shirts also made that represent, raising awareness for bullying. Just something simple that says "Stop bullying" or, you know, uh, something like that. But um, I'm going to be going to some schools here soon, and I'm actually going to be trying to put together. You guys know how they do the walk things for raising money for cancer programs, and you know what I'm talking about, right? How the schools have them walks and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I'm going to be speaking to a couple schools here in about another month, and I'm going to try to put one together for bullying. To walk against bullying is what I'm calling it. Um,
Hey,
because
John, RP, sorry to interrupt, but RP and Hooligan Kenny is in the house.
RP, who?
Rotten Potatoes. I call him RP, sorry.
Yeah, I got the first part. Who else?
Hooligan Kenny, Scotland Donnelly, and
Okay.
Bugsy's in here. He just came in. Hi, Bugsy.
Bugsy. Hello, Bugsy. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for.
Shauna is on the panel with us.
Yeah, we have Shauna tonight sharing her stories about bullying. And so we're every Sunday, in case anybody might have missed that when I talked about it before, every Sunday here at the lounge, we're going to be doing the raising awareness for bullying, bringing on different speakers. Um, and listen, if there is a person out there, a parent or a parent that has a teenager that has went through it or that is going through it, whatever it might be, whatever the case might be, we're going to welcome you to join us on Sunday, to come in with us, just like we're doing right now with Shauna. And even if someone wants to talk about being bullied right now, maybe you want people to know, maybe you want to expose that bully that is pushing you around, because I'm going to tell you, when you step up and you point a finger at somebody and you say that person right there is very mean to me and they do this, this, and this, I promise you it doesn't make them sleep well. So we're just allowing people to have that opportunity. So thank you guys, though, every Sunday right here. So your son is now 18, right?
Yes, he just turned 18.
Is
This is
he
his senior year.
is he graduated now, or?
This is his last year. He'll graduate this year. He's a senior this year.
And so how's things going for him now?
Since we got him out of Galleon and away from all this, my son went from a DNF student to an A and B student.
Awesome.
His son was basically failing in Galleon. So when we moved into the Tomorrow Center, he's done wonders. But like I said, Miss Susie, the lady that runs the Tomorrow Center, we were doing our walkthrough, and I was telling her about everything that went on at Galleon. She looked at me and said, "Oh, honey," she goes, "I am so sorry." She goes, "I'm going to tell you, But even as we were doing the walkthrough, all the kids when they seen her was coming up, giving her hugs and everything else. Because I've seen the bad of the bad. I worked in the children's prison for 25 years. If there is one of these kids in this school that you could pick out the biggest kid that I'm not afraid of to go with them. Because I've already seen the bad of the bad. And I do not tolerate that in my school. It's like I don't care if you've got green hair, pink hair, purple hair, if you got short pants, whatever you want. As long as you're in that school every day and you're doing your job and you're learning, I don't care what you come to school with them. You can be
Yeah.
you. And she
Yeah.
does.
And, like you said, the grades, his grades changed drastically. That's,
Yep,
these bullies are affecting these kids in so many ways,
they
mentally,
are.
physically,
Uh,
emotionally.
hey, John,
Yeah.
RP brought up a good thing, like analogy type thing. He said, because Jeff had asked Shauna, "Does your son do self defense?" And then RP, he does say that knowing how to fight doesn't do a bit of good if it's not in your nature to fight. Sadly, and that's very true. That is
It is.
absolute utmost truth there.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
son is a big
Absolutely.
teddy bear. Dylan is a big teddy bear. Matter of fact, I've told him numerous times, Dylan, you won't be in trouble at home. Knock them on their ass one time, one good time, and they will leave you alone. But
Well,
his thing is, Mom, I'm so much bigger than them. I'm afraid I'd hurt them.
and the thing is, I think that just kids, you don't gotta hurt someone to be able to defend yourself. You
Yeah.
can, I like that, RP. I think that, you know, if the schools had some sort of self defense program, not showing kids how to fight, so to speak, but to show them that if you are being harmed, this is what you do to get out of it. Let's teach them how to get out of it, not how to hurt someone to where it's going to, put them in the hospital or anything, but enough to get you out of that situation. And maybe the schools have thought about it. I don't know, but I
One
think it's a fantastic idea, RP.
that was hitting Dylan every day. Every day. And I was in the office over it. And I was told, well, he's got learning disabilities. That's how he makes friends.
No,
Okay. No, that is not acceptable. If you're
no.
going to let this kid hit my kids, then I'm going to tell him to hit him back. And I was told, Miss Bates, he does that, and we will have the police here and press charges on him.
What?
Yeah. If
What
Dylan would
the?
fight back, we were going to press charges against my child.
That's
When I
some
was,
bullshit. For
when I
defending,
went to a
defending.
blind school, they tried to bully me. And in the beginning, when I was only 7, I didn't know shit for defending myself. And so I got picked on a little bit. Well, then my mom, about a year later, my mom put me in, self defense, and I went through karate and I went through all this stuff. But I liked it. I did enjoy it. But it started out that I was being put in it because I needed to know how to defend myself, especially, not being able to see that good. And as soon as you are able to defend yourself and you stand back up to them, they leave you alone. And once it only took me one time to defend myself, I never got bothered again. However, I was then looking to help other kids. I was helping my friends to keep from being picked on and made fun of. And of course, we won't talk about my bad temper. That's besides the point.
That's
Because I would
exactly.
get so mad when I would see, I would see these kids picking and making fun, and I had a bad temper back then. Okay, so I probably did a little more than what I should have.
His
But
boyfriend was with him that day when he was tardy. Isaac's the same way. Isaac is a really small, tiny little kid, but he will fight. He's a stepper. And I don't know how many fights he got in over because the kids were picking on Dylan, sticking up for Dylan. Because Dylan, like, Mom, I'm too much bigger than them. I'd hurt him. I was like, I'll take care of it then. And he did. And I love Isaac to death because my kid may not be here today if Isaac went back down to that office and pointed out to them that they were tardy. That Dylan had wrote beside his name, "I want to kill myself." If
You know,
Isaac hadn't been worried Dylan was actually going to do something and went back down there, my kid may not be here today. But nobody in
yeah.
that office noticed who wrote that.
Well, there's other things that this school could do too. Do you guys remember? And I don't know, and this isn't my suggestion, but I'm going to make a point here. Do you guys remember how when I was in school, they had this program called the Pen Pal program, where you could have a friend and
Mm-hmm.
you'd write a letter, and it was cool, and it was just for more, just it wasn't for bullying or anything, but I think the schools should put together some sort of program to where they form groups in the school for those that have been picked on or that are being picked on, and create this group where they can join together. And I think that would even help, because now you've got this group that you're involved in that helps you to not be the target anymore. There's a lot of good high schoolers. So let's say you're in the 7th grade. Well, then they team you up with a couple high schoolers, bigger kids, bigger than you, as like mentors and friends, but also as someone you can speak to when you're being picked on. I think it would help. And I know they don't do anything like that, because I've spoke with 4 schools now and they have no program like that, to where the high school student gets to come over, sit in class with you for maybe an hour or 20 minutes, whatever, to show that support. That way
Yeah,
there's that communication created, you know? Because more likely, so if you're in the 7th grade, you've got maybe an 8th grader or whatever, because, in some schools it's separate, like one building's for 1st grade up to 5th, and then 5th grade up to 8th. It's another area. Well, you might be in the 7th grade and you got an 8th grader picking on you. Well, that 8th grader is going to leave you alone when a high school kid that's in the 11th or 12th grade is hanging out with you. They're going to, because they know you're going to say something, because that's what the program's for, and it's going to be known. There's going to be a poster somewhere that says, now, we're doing this such and such. There's things the school could do. They're just not trying.
Yeah, you don't do anything like that.
They're thinking with their big toe instead of their brain.
Giant has no programs in place for these kids. Nothing at all. When they read
Well,
that,
maybe.
is nothing.
Here's an idea. Well, maybe we can spread this over to where you're at, and then, like, make it a nonprofit to where you're going to, around the school, get you a group, go around the schools raising awareness, and do it as much as you can,
I
Yes. Yep.
and Gallion refused to let me. I've even
Really?
had Stephen Tako. He's got his own YouTube channel, Tako Talk, and he talks about bullying and everything else. And they refused to let me bring him into the schools to talk.
There is a group. I need to
That's
find
dumb.
out the name of it. It's an organization now. You guys remember the I'm not going to say names because I don't want to say anything to get us struck at or anything, but you remember the Florida situation at that school, correct?
Yes.
The bad situation, right? With the 34 people.
Yeah.
Everybody knows of that. Okay, that person's brother moved out of Florida. I forget what state now, but is running an organization against bullying. So maybe I'm going to do some research to reach out to this organization to see if we can get their support to spread this around.
Well, yeah. Well, we also, John, what she was just saying is that she can't get support from the local schools. So what Heat Streak just suggested is hit the local media. I mean,
Yes.
if you're not a shy person, I would go to the local media. I'm a shy person, but
I reached out to every newspaper around here. Galleon is old money, and nobody wants to go up against them. So when
Well,
I
forget
started
the
speaking out, and my videos started going viral and everything, I took a lot of heat. I had all kinds of people mad because I spoke up.
well,
But I'm
dang,
not.
forget the newspaper. You need to go to the news channel. See,
I did contact
okay,
NBC, ABC. Nobody would take my story.
what about in the higher up, like to DC? Take it even to DC.
I wrote letters and everything else, and Paul never responds to them.
Just swept under the rug, huh?
well, I
Yep.
tell you, if you do me a favor, if you can, if you do, you have a computer?
I use everything on my cell phone.
Well, I was gonna say if you had a way to write me up a decent paragraph of what goes on there, you write it up, you get the story to me, I'll get it to where it needs to go, and I'll keep on pushing. Trust me, I'm good at being a pain in the ass.
Trust me, they don't like me here in Galleon. They told me if they were going to press charges on me if I kept talking about Galleon City schools and everything else, trying to shut me up, but it didn't work.
There's
I
nothing
kept.
they can do for speaking. There's nothing they can do for you could go outside that school and you could riot all day long and there's nothing they can do about it. The point is the only way it changes is when you keep pushing and pushing and
Hey,
pushing.
John, Sarah's leaving.
Sarah, you leaving us? Have a good night, sweetheart, and thank you for stopping in. And hopefully, we'll see you again tomorrow night here at the lounge.
Good night,
Um,
Sarah.
we
Good night.
appreciate your support.
And Crystal Lynn just came in. Hi, Crystal.
Thank you, Joanne.
Welcome, welcome, Crystal. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. You know, this is kind of off to the side a little bit, but a true story about the media. I lived in these townhouses when I lived in Ohio, okay, but they were in the country. And my kids were still real little. Um, Outside of my townhouse, there was a well, uh, for the water and all that. Well, it was the only thing over top of it was a piece of plywood. That was it.
Wow.
And I'm talking about a well that an adult sized person could fit in, and
Yeah.
it dropped down several feet.
That's mighty
Well,
dangerous.
the guy would not fix it, and I told him,
Wow.
and I eventually said, "Look, if you don't fix this, I'm going to take care of it my way." He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, do what you got to do, bud. Go right ahead." So I contacted the Toledo News. Next thing I knew, and I did it through email, they emailed me back, asked me for my phone number and all that. I gave it to them. They called me. They were out there the next day. We did a video. Well, they did, with me, pointing at the well and how dangerous it is. He was lividly pissed because that's what it took for him to fix it. And all he had to do was, you guys know that lattice fencing is called lattice. It's like
Yeah.
So he built a square around it with a gate to get into it. And that's all he had to do. Well, he got mad because it went on the news. It embarrassed him. He was a teacher. And it even embarrassed his wife. He come to me and that's all he was worried about. He's like, this was 5 a.m. he came to my house. He said, "Do you realize what you've just done to me and my wife?" I said, "Okay, and that's more important than my kid falling in a well."
No.
So sometimes the media, it works. It works. You just got to get their attention. But he ended up selling the place to another company and they relocated their job. That's how embarrassed they was. And these schools, they should be embarrassed for the way they're handling the bullying situation. They're not doing enough. They go home at night, and them principals and teachers, not all of them, but some of them lay their heads down without a worry in the world. Now, I won't say all teachers because there are good teachers out there. So, if there is a teacher ever listening to this, I'm not saying all teachers, but if the schools cared, why are they not showing that they care?
Exactly. And that was my
Put
question when I got threatened to be thrown out of the school. That's why they
put
got
these bullies in the spotlight. Let it be known who the bully is, what they're doing, why, when they did it. Let it be known. I really think that would. It might not be the fix to everything, but it would definitely humiliate the crap out of them, make them feel about 2 foot tall. Because there's going to be a lot of people that these bullies wouldn't want people to know what they're doing. They might want their friends to know that they're the big badass of the school, but they don't want all these adults to know, all these teachers that they might even look up to, or teachers that, there's bullies that some of the teachers don't even realize what they're doing. Oh, that's a good kid. But behind closed doors, that kid's beating up on somebody.
well,
Closed doors, everything changes.
we started the WAG program, Wag Your Tail, here to help kids that are being bullied. After, my friend, Dylan's best friend, Isaac's sister tried to commit suicide. Dylan had tried numerous times to commit suicide. To give these kids a place where that they can go and talk. I mean, I started the Parents and Students Against Bullying in Guyan City Schools. And even when I moved Dylan out of Guyan City Schools, I still kept that Facebook page up just so that those parents and kids have a place to go to talk about what's going on. I try to get them to let me bring Stephen Paco into Guyan to do a thing about bullying. I mean, he's all over YouTube. He grew up not far from where we live. And he personally reached out to me. I didn't know his name from Adam. And was willing to go into Guyan City schools and talk to them. And I sat down and I watched some of his videos. When I tried to get them to let me come in, we've already got certain people that we have come in, and that's all we need.
You know, I was thinking about this last night. I was sitting down. I just got done doing some studying for college. So if anybody wants to take that over for me, you can have it. No, but
Can I ask Shauna a question real quick?
Yeah.
Shauna, can you see the chat?
No, I cannot.
Okay, well, Cutie, I'm sorry, I have to say this to Shauna real quick, John. Cutie just said, you're amazing. She looks up to you so much, and she respects you, sweetness.
Oh, thank you, Cutie.
That is so sweet. You guys are the best. I mean, we've got the best group ever. We really, really do. We've got the best group of dedicated people that you could ever ask for, and you guys are so polite. Thank you, guys. I was sitting down last night and I was thinking about it. They need to bring this bullying thing while the kids are young. Before they're out there bullying, they need to have little programs, even if it's these little bitty plays that they put on showing how they should not bully. Just little things that little kids can understand. And I really, really think that would also help, because these kids are going to grow up in the school and they're going to realize how bad it is and how that's not the cool thing to do. You don't teach your kids not to do it, they're not going to know that it's not cool until they get to doing it. Now they're already involved in it. They think it's cool. They don't see nothing wrong with it. Do it while they're young.
From 7th to 9th grade. Now, the bullying started in 3rd grade. But from 7th to 9th grade, there was 9 hospitalizations for being suicidal because of the bullying. 9.
Sorry to hear that, Shauna.
Wow. It's horrible. And guys, like I said, my daughter came to me about a month ago and said, Dad, we had a girl at school. They had to take her away in an ambulance. And I said, really? What happened? They said, well, she's always being picked on. People's calling her fat. And guys, this is only, I mean, my gosh. What is
Well, we
this?
do that.
Uh,
Oh my goodness.
September 9th. So school's been in for how long? What, since May? Or not May, but goodness,
We
August
just
20th?
had
August. So not even halfway through, just a quarter way through, and the bullies are already at it.
yep.
So,
Hey,
and that's
John.
another school I'm working on. Yes, dear.
Um, Cutie just said something.
Uh huh.
He said, "Yes, John, when I was in primary school, I was tied to a school rain shelter in the playground by a skipping rope around my neck. And my
Oh,
mom went wild as when she picked me up, she saw the rope burns. My goodness, Cutie.
Wow.
Oh my.
Cutie, if you would ever like to come on and share some stories, maybe if you went through some stuff with us, or not with us, but if you went through stuff in school, I'd love to bring you on if you want to come on next week with us on the next bully hangout next Sunday night. I'd love to have you if you'd like to join us. Um, it'd be me, you, and Bluewing, just like we are with Shauna tonight. I'd love to have you if you want to join us. See, it's these horrible things, and bullying has been going on for such a long, long time. How do we stop it if no one's trying to stop it? It's
there,
not going to stop.
They're not bringing more awareness to it. Coming only one time a year to a school is not enough.
It's definitely not enough. And
Outside,
you and listen, if there's teenagers listening to this at a later time, and I hope there are, I really hope there are.
my
It's
18.
time for you to take your life back. Take your life back and show these bullies that you're not going to tolerate it anymore. Your life is more important than letting someone pick on you. You guys got to stand up for yourself.
We shouldn't have had to take it to the point, which I love the Smarts and everybody does. They're awesome. But I should not had to, as a parent for 6 years, in and out of the office and 3 different superintendent's offices, have to go through what we did in guidance. And I'm not
yeah.
the only parent that will tell you this. It's mind blowing the stories that I've had of parents that have reached out to me because of bullying.
You shouldn't have to go through 20 loops just to make sure your son's being protected at school. When
Oh,
Yep.
these
and
kids walk through them front doors, it is their job to keep our kids safe. And that also includes keeping them from other kids beating up on them.
With a little kid that was hitting him, I went in there and I'm like, look, why are you letting this kid hit my kid? I was told that that's how he makes friends. Excuse me?
Wow.
Heat Streak said something to you, Shauna. They got mad at you because they want to sweep things like this under the rug because, quote unquote, this doesn't happen at our school.
Yep.
I have
And
to agree with
at
that.
one point, I was the meeting that we had with the superintendent that the officer took him out in handcuffs and shackles. I was told that if I spoke out against Giant City schools anymore, they were going to have me arrested and so forth.
Like Cutie said, the day I didn't tolerate it is the day that they backed off, and that's so accurate. It really is. But and I get it. A lot of kids, we can sit here and tell them all day long to say something, but the chances of them really saying something is going to be pretty slim.
They're
Because
afraid.
one, they're fearful for what it's going to do to them in school. Like, you know, not just about the kid beating them up, but now the kid's going to go and tell everybody, oh, that this person is a snitch. Nobody wants to be called a snitch in school. So there's
Nope.
so many different factors, but once you do stand up to a bully, it changes everything, guys.
Hey,
Everything.
hey, Shauna, can you explain just a little bit a little bit more in detail, that like you've gone to all these places and they won't help you. Either they won't help you or they've given you a reason why they won't help you, or a stupid ass reason why. Can you
Yeah.
elaborate on that just a little bit?
And Jeff
Ohio
said to
board.
take it to the school board.
I did go to the school board. Galleon is made from old money. If you do not have money or related to the old money, they could care less. We went to one of the meetings, one of the mayoral meetings. We spoke up about it, asked questions about what we could do. Like I said, we started the WAG program. We also,
Right.
I had the website, which my cousin and them helped run too, the Parents and Students Against Bullying in Galleon City Schools.
Right.
We
Right.
we passed out flyers. We passed out stickers. Some of the businesses here in town have that sticker. Kids know if they see that sticker, if they're being bullied or somebody's falling, they don't know what to do. They can go
And
into the
Jeff, thanks for the suggestion, about that. And look, um, to other parents out there, if you've not done it, this isn't saying, we're not saying don't try it because she tried it and it didn't work. By all means, and I'm sure Shauna will agree, try it.
oh
Go
yeah,
to every possible direction that you can. But
I
go
read
ahead, Shauna,
every
and collaborate
newspaper.
on what Blue Wings said.
I have wrote every newspaper in our area. I have called all the TV stations around here in this area. And like I said, a friend of mine, Stephen Keiko, which he has his own show on YouTube, Keiko Talks, and he does talk out a lot about bullying. He was willing to come for a busted hamburger. He told me if I bought him a hamburger after the thing, we would be good.
And
If
can you
they,
collaborate on what Blue Wings was saying about just the whole ordeal or whatever? Blue Wings, you want to repeat that just so we understand what your question
Oh
was again?
yeah. Oh no, my question. Well, I was just wanting to make sure that everybody was aware that Shauna, she did try like every angle that she could, and like
Yeah.
everything, and it just did not work. So maybe like what you were saying, John, like this big outside organization. Now, Shauna, I don't know like how that would affect you. You said they might arrest you. Um, if you spoke out, but maybe a big time organization that kind of has your back. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah. And,
Maybe that could help bring awareness to your. I mean, I don't know. You know.
it's
gather
always worth a shot. You
bully.
know,
If you actually stand up to them, they don't know what to do. They are a very bullying town. They will try to sweep everything under the rug and do whatever they have to not make you speak out about them anymore. I also spoke out because I didn't think it was right. Now, this guy was a wrestling coach for my nephew that just got married last weekend, was in wrestling. And I was with my sister, so I know it to be true that after the wrestling matches and stuff, he would send all the parents out because he said that he liked to shower and then go run around the wrestling mats naked in front of the kids. And I spoke up about that too. And,
right.
there's just so much.
And the thing is like Shauna was saying, guys, if you've got a child that is being bullied, speak with your child and obviously give them the support they need, but go and go to the media. Media is a really, you know every school is different, so because it didn't work at that school doesn't mean that this other place in you know Tennessee and whatever doesn't mean it's not going to work there. I think the main thing is that you go at every angle you can, and even if you go to one and that's working, take it to the other as well. You
Oh,
you
yeah.
you got to hit these schools with all you got when it comes to that, because if you just give it a little bit of a, you know, like raise your hand and drop your hand type of deal, it's not going to work.
Well, our
So,
RP made a good something. So he said something like a nonprofit that helps write a small claim suit by the parents against the school every time bullying is overlooked.
yeah, I think that getting connected with an organization is really a big uh,
I
boost
think
with all this.
Galleon would have enough money. If
You
someone
think?
would, every kid that is bullied in Galleon wouldn't have the money to cover it.
No school likes to be on the
Damn.
news. And here's something else to think about. If it is still a big problem at that school, bullying, if it still is, I don't know if it still is or not, but if it
Yeah.
is, and an outside place, group, organization, people, parents, whatever, go at this school, there's not nothing they can do to you. If an organization approaches them or investigates the school for bullying, they can't do anything to you. Nothing. I think
Then
that when someone knows there's bullying going on in a school, you get like an organization that can send somebody in the school to talk to students on, you know, what's going on, blah blah blah.
they would never let something like that happen here in Galleon. Never.
So
I
they
mean,
would
there's
probably just want a payoff,
Yep.
is what you're saying.
Yep.
That's just dumb. That, oh
I
my
was
God.
told because I went to the media and because I did have a couple videos that went viral when Dylan was in the hospital. That was my way of coping. I needed to talk to somebody. So I made those videos and I posted them and then it started going viral and I started getting people and I was told that if I didn't quit making videos that they were going to have me arrested. Well, I talked to my cousin that was actually an attorney and she said they have no right to have you arrested for speech freedom.
no, they don't, and they
Right.
couldn't. There's no way that they could arrest you for like even if you started it back up tomorrow. Even with what I know now as a law student, there's nothing they can do. Absolutely nothing they can do. That is you doing what you have the right to do. Those are your rights. You have the right to speak out, and there's
And maybe
nothing they can do.
one of your next videos will go more viral, and then they'll see that this little town, this little corrupt, money friggin' town,
Yeah.
and people don't like that. People don't like that at all, and you never know. You just never know.
No, you don't.
I'm
Well, like I said, his best friend, sister. That's the only way I knew about the Tomorrow Center. That girl that got beat up was defending her. I don't know if anybody, I shared the video. I don't know how many people seen it. But yeah, Jamie Sue, her best friend, she was on life support and everything for a while. It was supposed to be one on one with her and Jamie Sue, the girl that had been picking on Jamie Sue. Well, it ended up her and three girls on her. Janelle had two other girls jump in and help her beat Matt.
I
Like
want to
people
make
don't
it.
know fair fight now, or
Yeah, oh, yeah, exactly. But I know I'm going to make it to where, and I'll even do it on this channel too. But as far as what we do on Sundays, but on the other channel, once we get it done, Blue Wings, I'm
Okay.
going to make it. I want to make it well known that if there is a parent out there and their son is being bullied or their daughter is being bullied, I want them to know that if they're willing, the child or the parent willing to do an interview or whatever with me to share that story. That is one of my things about going to the schools is I'm not going to just approach the school with not knowing what's going on. I'm going to go and approach these schools knowing what's going on. Because if you go in there and there's really, you don't have anything, nothing, not that I want to see a kid being bullied, but if you go in there and you say, look, I know there's a kid for a fact being bullied, and I know for a fact you're doing nothing about it, blah, blah, blah. it's going to make a big difference.
And they can remain anonymous, right?
Yes. Yes, we will make it to where, and of course, you do all the thumbnails and the description, all of that. They can be anonymous. Um, Even when they call and speak with us, it will be completely anonymous. Unless they say no, I want them to know that I'm calling them out. I want them to know that we are exposing them. Then we'll gladly do it because that's a right that we have. That is a right. It's not harassment. It's not picking on somebody. It's revealing the truth.
Why
There's a
didn't
big difference.
like a year later, one other kid that has picked on Dylan the worst. His uncle was actually Dylan's football coach for 6 years, so Dylan tore his ACL and kept fighting. And I had talked to him numerous times, and I had told him his nephew's name, and not one time did he ever say, "That's my nephew, I'll talk to him," nothing.
You know, my son, I'm so proud of him because I never really taught him about bullying. You know, as far as, if you see someone being bullied, do something about it.
Oh, yeah.
He picked it up on his own. And if he sees it, I get a call. Your son got in trouble today. We had to speak with him about hitting somebody, or, I don't approve my son fighting, but my son will defend the kid if they're getting ready to get beat up.
Well,
he will
Dylan,
step in and he will interdict it.
a lady I used to be friends with, well, her son, he's special needs, and these kids were picking on her other son, and Dylan was there, and Dylan stepped in and told the kid, he said, "Hey, you're not going after him. You got to go through me first. I suggest you turn around and start walking the other way." They got back to his friend's house because I was sitting there with his mother. And next thing I know, a guy in police department pulling up because my kid told Ethan to walk away.
Well, I think the most important thing is that right there is people realize that, that the bullies realize it, or not the bully, but the one being bullied realizes that there's people here to support them.
Yeah.
And I think the more that we can let them know that we're in their corner and we're willing to do something about it. If a bully was or not a bully, but I don't know what to word it as, a victim, rather, was to contact me or Bluewings through this channel or through the other channel when it's created, we're going to do all we can to help. And even the loungers you guys being here, that is showing so much support. And it's going to say something to these kids that you're not alone.
Yeah.
We're here to help you.
Never alone.
If we got to go to the media, we're going. If we got to write a letter to the governor or to the mayor or whatever we got to do to try to protect a child, we're going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Because nobody else is.
That's just it. Nobody else was doing it. I was the first person to stand up in this town and say, "I'm not taking it no more."
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, after a year, I guess. Oh my gosh. Sorry,
I went through that with Guyan City Schools. I was in the principal's office just about every day for 6 years.
And
so sorry.
These kids don't care. These bullies don't care. And I hope a bully will ever listen to this or the other channel, because I want you to know that you guys are pathetic. You're hypocrites, you're punks, and you live a lost life. Because you know what? Most of the time, these guys that pick on people, if everybody saw what their life was at home, they'd feel pretty ashamed, probably. Because they're probably just lost.
Can honestly say that they had to football tackle their kid and take knives away. I can't, because I had to. I literally, in my kitchen in our old house, football tackled him and took a knife away from him because he wanted to kill him. Because of this.
Oh my.
You know, physical,
So sorry, Shauna.
these physical things will not solve this problem. And I get it. You know, these kids, they don't know what to do. But it doesn't got to be physical. If they've hurt you, we get it. It sucks. I've been bullied. I'm sure other loungers have. I know they have. Going back at them to hurt them is not going to solve it.
BZT
Because
is
it,
leaving.
what's that?
BZT is leaving.
Bye,
All right,
BTV.
BZT, thank
Good
you for
night.
joining us. Thank you guys for listening to Shauna's story and her concerns. Um, and Shauna, I want to thank you for coming tonight too. It really says a lot when you guys get involved. This is what it takes. So please, for anybody out there, if you don't want to be known, if you don't want your name out there, but you do want to join us, just let Bluewings know or let me know ahead of time. Hey, I do want to come on the show, but I don't want to reveal who I am. I don't want to reveal who the bully is. I mean, I would want you to reveal them, but if you don't want to, you don't got to.
And
We're not going to.
you can call in on a number.
Yes. Yep. Yep. I'm going to. Matter of fact, I should have that ready. By the way, by the end of this week, that number should be available, Bluewings, for where they can call in
That's awesome.
and we can put you on speaker and you can join us. Okay.
Yes, thank you, Shauna, for coming and sharing your story. It's so heartbreaking.
You're
I,
It
welcome.
is. It
I'm
is.
near
And
tears right
One
now.
person. If one person could hear our story and it helps them, then that's all. That's the world of difference that I would love to know that just one person heard this story and that one person it could help.
yeah, if we are helping one person, even in just 1 month, if we help one person out of 30 days, then I'm good with that because it could be us saving somebody's life.
Yeah.
And to you teenagers out there being bullied, you are so precious and special and beautiful and just as important as everybody else that walks on this earth. You are no less important than anybody else. These
As a
bullies
mother,
are hypocrites. Go
as a
ahead, Sean.
mother, I would say the hardest thing I ever had to deal with was that first night I had to have him admitted because he told me he wanted to kill himself, that nobody cared for him. And it was heartbreaking to see my child like that. No one, I mean, no one should ever have to see their child like that. And to know that the city of Gallium will do absolutely nothing to help these kids is what made me fight even more. They
Having
need somewhere to go. They need someone they can talk to. If
and listen, to the parents, this is not just helping your kid. It's also helping the parents because they need to get this stuff off their chest.
yeah, they do.
They need to get this out there. It's okay for you to hurt. It's not okay to hurt, but it's okay for you to speak about what you're going through. You're not alone. There are hundreds and hundreds of parents and teens that are being bullied and that are hurting every day.
There is.
So we're here. We're here. And when the other channel gets started, I'll share it over here. We're still going to do this here every Sunday, but then we're really going to get really hot and heavy into it on the other channel. If I can, you know, even though I'm busy as heck all the time, but I'd like to get one video out every day on that channel talking about bullying. Even if the video the very following day is similar to the video that I already did, I just want to get it out there. We're here for you guys. We are here, and
Yeah.
we're ready to take action with you.
Oh yeah.
We'll help you find resources. If you don't know the laws behind what you can and cannot do, we've got you. We'll help you find what you need. If you're too scared to speak up, we got you. So, Shauna, thank you for joining us tonight.
You're
I just
welcome.
want to also, give you my apology for you having to go through this and your child. Um, I it takes a lot to go through that and be strong. And so I just want to, just let you know that I think that you've done a great job. Um, it's not an easy thing to do.
No,
It's
it's
not
not.
easy at all. And to other parents out there, even if your child don't want to talk about it and you just need to talk about it, we are more than willing to bring you on and talk to you. If you don't want to go in front of everybody and you just want to talk to me or Bluewings or to us, then I'm okay with that too.
I would tell
Um,
any person in this room, if you need somebody to talk to, because I know what it's like to be the parent of a child that is being bullied. My
let's
own daughter
bring the parents together.
is 7.
I think that will help. Bringing the parents together as a group of people that are going through these horrible events because of these punks, because of these teenagers that have no care in the world what they're doing.
Yeah.
Listen, the only thing we can do is take action now and make a difference. So that's what we're going to do. Every Sunday right here, we're going to do this. We're not going to skip a beat. We're going to be right here talking about it. So, parents, step up, speak up, contact us. I'm going to get an email put together that I'm going to be able to share with you guys. So, check back on the channel's description. We'll have it in there later this week where you can even send an email and we'll get you on the show if you want to come on. But we got to do something because the schools ain't doing it.
No, they're
So,
not.
again, Shauna, thank you for coming on. Blue Wings, thank you for being my host on this. I appreciate it.
You're
Me and Blue Wings will
welcome.
host this every Sunday.
You're
Um,
welcome.
sometimes it might happen a little before because especially if a teenager wants to come on and speak to us. But just let me say that if a teenager does come on, we're going to need a little bit of the parent to say it's okay. So that way we're not bringing a teenager on and the parent didn't want them on the show. So we would need some okay, not
Yeah.
Uh,
that we don't believe you or we don't want to help you, but there's just we got to do this the right way, and I don't want to mess it up. So contact us if you want to come on. Cutie, let me know if you want to come on next Sunday. Anybody else, let me know if you want to come on, and I'll let you know which one we're going to bring on.
Uh,
And
John, can I just say this real quick?
yes,
Thank you. Cutie says to Shauna, thank you so much, Shauna. Much respect, and you truly inspire what you and your son has gone through, and you still stand strong for others. Can't even say in words, hon, you are an angel.
no, thank you,
And
Judy.
Hooligan Kinney says, kind regards from Scotland.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Cutie. She said to me and you, John.
you guys are awesome. Thank you, Cutie. Thank you, Hooligan. Thank you to just to shorten the list. Thank you, Loungers. I mean, I see so many similar faces every time we're doing something, and it says a lot. We might not be the millionaire channel, but we've got some good-hearted people, and
Yes.
all we can do is stick together. That's what really counts. Um, Shauna, thank you. If you ever want to come on again and talk more, I'd be glad to bring you on. Maybe if we got a Sunday where nobody's coming on and you want to come back on and join us and just talk about bullying and stuff like that.
Well, it'd be great. I will do it anytime. If I, and like I've always said, if there's just one kid out there that I can help, then I know I've done something there.
Yeah, exactly. And guys, to the parents and whoever, I'm going to be getting some information put together for some resources and stuff, just in case you need help and you're not sure where to go. We'll try, me and Blue Wings, we'll try to get some links that we can
Yeah.
post when we come on, organizations or support groups or whatever we can do. So um, we'll try to get some stuff for prepared for next week when we go to get this, start
Yeah.
the show.
Every
So,
Sunday from here on out, we'll have links in the description. Not the links that you see here, but on this one, but it'll have the description where you can, get help, and then the hotline numbers and such.
yeah, and to a good example, don't let these schools scare you when they threaten you back because they're scared of you. They're scared that you're gonna make them look bad. Because if they're allowing bullying to happen and they're doing nothing about it, then that's the only way they need to look. It's
And
ridiculous.
I'm going to add something because I've done it. If your child is actually suicidal and wanting to hurt themselves, do not be afraid to pick up that phone and call 911.
Absolutely. If something is going on, and I'm glad you brought that up, Shauna. If something's going on, please, if it's an emergency, don't waste your time to run to us to say, what do I do? Grab the phone and call 911. If your
Yeah.
child is even threatening to do something like that, and you know that they are being serious, hopefully, there wouldn't be someone saying that, just saying it.
And
Call 911
Cutie
and get
says
them
she's
help.
gonna look up information on the UK side of things, John, so we can put that link in there too.
Oh, thank you very much, Cutie. I was going to suggest that from somebody that could, listen to different. So, like Cutie's doing. So, if you're in another country somewhere and you're a part of the lounge, or maybe you're brand new and you want to help out, please do, because we're not going to know diddly for these other countries. I mean, not because we don't care, but we just don't know how things operate. Um, so, thank you, Cutie. I appreciate that. And remember, parents, if your son is threatening or your daughter is threatening to do it, don't wait around to see if they're being serious or not. Get
Yeah,
them to be seen. You can take them directly to the hospital, and they will, uh, do what they got to do to see what's going on. If you feel like your kid's life is at danger, contact the authorities.
yes,
If you feel like
please.
someone else is about to hurt your child, contact the authorities. And to you teenagers that's being beat up, don't be scared to talk to your parents or a best friend, somebody that will be there to do something about it. So, thank you, Sean. I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. Um, Blue Wings, thank you.
You're
And for
welcome
that
as
said,
always.
you guys have a wonderful night. And guys, if you can, please share this on Twitter, this video specifically, and just help get it out there. Twitter, Facebook, whatever other social sites that you can share it on. Let's get this out there. Let's throw out the hashtag stop bullying, um, you know, and share this, because that's what it's going to take for people to know about us.
Yep,
So I would say do something simple on Twitter when you go to share it. Just do a hashtag stop bullying, or hashtag, better yet, hashtag loungers together. Put this link in there. Let people see what we're doing. Let's get this out there and show parents that we care. We're here to help. Y'all have a wonderful night. I love you guys very much. Shauna, Blue Wing, Loungers. I love you guys. Now I'll let you guys say goodbye and then I'll hit the big button.
bye everybody. Thank you for coming in and listening.
Thank you, Shauna, again for coming in and sharing your story. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. Don't forget to check out our links that I just posted. They're a little ways up because I kind of did it prematurely, but
she got a
prematurely.
she got a popsicle in her mouth or something, guys. No.
No, I just, I just been smoking a little bit, so.
I can do that sober, so honey, you ain't hurt nothing because I can screw my words up sober as all can be. But,
Right.
I'll never forget. Real quick, when I first started college, Bluewings, I think you might remember this. Well, you remember when I first started college, anyways. The very first speech that I ever did, I got up there and my words got so daggone twisted. Luckily for me, the instructors saved my ass because I was just all combobulated. Fuck. Ain't talking today, folks.
Well, see, you're much better now, though, right?
I hope so. I hope so.
We'll
But
give
thank
you a
you
lot of
guys.
practice, though.
Yeah, the lounge gives me a lot of practice, and college gives me a lot of practice. It's all good now because I don't have that class anymore. So it was just one of them extra classes, and it was either do that or do like a Spanish class. I'm like, no, I ain't ready to try to learn no other language. I can barely speak my own, let alone somebody else's. But I appreciate you guys for coming on again, Shawnee. If I don't get anybody that wants to come on next week and you want to come back and join us, then we can bring you back on. And for anybody else, please make sure you message us and let us know. I would prefer you contact Bluewings because she's good at writing all this stuff down. Just with everything I got going on, sometimes things can come up and I'll forget about it. So please contact her if you want to come on and you want to share your story. Listen, nobody's going to know what's going on to your child unless you let us know, unless you speak about it. That's
and
the
if
only
you want to
way.
remain anonymous, that's okay.
That's right. Yep. But I think it says a lot when parents start to see that there's other parents coming on and they're speaking and they're standing up because they're plumb sick and tired of their kids being batted around like they're nothing. It's going to make a difference, you guys. I promise.
And Bluewings, if you find nobody, I'd be more than happy to come back on and talk with you guys.
Awesome, Shauna.
Wonderful. You guys have a wonderful night. Let's get this out there on Twitter if you guys can, Facebook, all that stuff. And I think I got a video I got to upload, so I'll be doing that tonight as well. Bluewings, thank you for being, doing such an amazing job being a manager, and thank you guys as loungers for being a part of the family. I love all you guys very much. You guys have a good night.
Good night, everyone. Much love.
Bye, guys.
Okay.